So it's been a few months since I've done a video just sort of doing a little tour of my lean-to shelter bushcraft camp. I think the last time I did it was fall. Everything was dead. Now it's early spring, so I thought it's a good time to do another video. So to recap for anyone who hasn't seen the previous lean-to tour, this dirt road here is about 1 kilometer off the highway. It's four-wheel drive only to get in and out, and after that I've got a several kilometer hike just straight into the woods to get to the camp. So I'm just about ready to got the pack on. I'm gonna head in and we'll do a little tour and see how the camp looks in spring versus fall. So the area that I'm gonna hike through for half the hike is it's already been clear cut probably many years ago, so it's basically regrowth now. Once I get through that, I'll be into the bush, and we'll be out of the sun. We'll be out of the ticks as well right now at this time of year. This is tick haven, so I'm definitely going to pick some up. So I like to get through this part of the clear cut fast. Once I get into the actual tree line, there's usually not much tick activity at all. So I'm just going to sort of blaze through this right now and get to the camp quick. And I can see the camp now, just up ahead. Everything's still quite muddy. It's going to be tons of mosquito activity. Here she is from the back. Looks like the wood pile sort of tumbled over a bit. Some of these poles I had in place to build up the side walls need to be adjusted. And here is the camp in all its glory. Got the shelter, bench, wood pile. Got the fire pit area there. Got a nice stump for wood processing. And obviously you can see in the spring it's a lot more dense. I mean, you can only see 30-40 feet ahead, but 100-150 feet that way I've got a nice brook for water, and we'll head down and take a tour of that as well. So just to get into more details here, this is the sort of wood processing stump. Got the wood pile here. One thing I want to point out is you can tell a lot of it is quite aged, and some of it has a bit of rot. There's so much fallen trees in the bush. I really try my hardest not to take any live or living trees. So this wood is in some cases very punky. And up here I've got my little deer skull ornament that I picked up on a hike elsewhere and brought back to camp. And the little bench area. And we'll go back and take a look and see how deep the brook is at this time of year. So we'll just do a real-time jaunt here from my shelter to the brook. I think it's going to be less than a 1 minute walk. We'll see. Very close. It's right here. And here we are. Just turn things around here. Chevy's cooling himself off, taking a break from the mosquitoes. This is the brook. It's ground fed. I can follow this up another 200-300 meters and then it just disappears under the rocks. I've tried hiking up several other kilometers, but no luck. Wherever it's coming from, at this stage where it hits my little camp, it's all ground fed. But you can see here, it's a great little spot for Chevy to cool off. I can grab my water here for washing up tea, coffee, and it's just a fantastic spot just to sit next to and relax. It's very serene, very peaceful here. And that's, I'm gonna wrap it up. Been out for a few hours since the fire's been going. Thank God the mosquitoes are calmed down now. I didn't find a single tick on my pants, which is extremely unusual. So maybe if anyone watched my previous videos, we've had snow right into mid-April, and maybe that helped control the population. So I'm not going to complain about that. I've had one or two on me over the course of the year, but in previous years I've had, and I'm not exaggerating, hundreds. I'm talking about swiping them off in by the dozen off your pants with your knife. So this is really nice to be able to hike through the clear-cut area and not be terribly concerned with the tick population. So this is the camp in springtime. Very dense, a little muddy. It'll start drying up in the summer. The brook that I showed earlier will lower down in the summer as well, but there'll still be flowing water for me to tap into. Processed a little bit of wood. I've got my my wild tea here. I'm just going to sit down and enjoy that. Let the fire die down. I'm not going to do too much else today aside from relax. Enjoy the fact that there's no ticks and at least at the moment not too much mosquito activity. Cheers.